Hello. Recently there was an Unturned update that screwed up all the graphics settings and added in new ones. I'll be going over the new ones in this video. Render distance sets the distance that detailed objects can be displayed. A higher number makes far away objects be more displayed, and a lower one makes less. Applying landmarks does the same thing with trees and large boulders, and increasing the value works the same way. If you're going to enable this, I would recommend setting it to about 50%, because otherwise it renders needless details that can barely even be seen. Bloom makes bright colors in the level have a bright glow to them. I suggest turning this off because it makes things really distracting and makes faraway objects slightly blurry. It should be obvious what clouds do. Sometimes when enabling clouds, I would mistake a small cloud in the distance for being a helicopter and a plane, but it's not too distracting. Turning terrain texture off blends ground textures. Turning it on decreases your frame rates and makes the ground look absolutely ridiculous. I still have no clue what height fog does. If someone could let me know, that'd be great. Windy foliage makes trees and bushes blow in the wind. I think it looks nice. Enabling ragdolls makes dead zombies and players turn into ragdolls. I think it looks nice and adds a bit of depth. When it's off, however, killing a zombie makes them go into another dimension and disappear from reality. I think it's better this way because it's not as distracting, but the game doesn't look very good. AntiAliasing reduces jagged edges on faraway objects. Turning it off makes jagged edges more visible, but turning things on makes them less visible. FXAA does this by making it blurry and therefore hard to see. You might turn on SMAA, or if you want to go really far, turn on MSAA. I feel like there isn't a big difference between 8 times and 4 times, so you might as well stick with the 4 times so you don't lower your frame rates too far. Foliage density changes the amount of visible grass on the terrain. Turn this on to low or even off, because it harms your frame rates if you turn it up too high and can reduce visibility significantly. Sunshafts makes the sky glow around the sun and adds shadows to clouds and distant objects. There is little difference between medium and ultra, and they're really distracting and make things blurry in the distance. Lighting quality changes how good your shadows look. Turning lighting quality off pretty much disables shadows completely. Ambient Occlusion is a shadow effect. It adds detailed shadows to things. I suggest turning this on high or ultra just because it lets you see so much more detail. Water quality changes the reflections and clarity of water. Turning it on low makes it impossible to see anything underneath the water, but makes your frame rates a lot better. If you want the best clarity to see things underneath the water, leave it on high because it doesn't make too many reflections. Scope quality changes how good things look when you're scoped in on a weapon. Don't leave this on low because it makes things impossible to see. If you really need best frame rates, leave it off. Outline quality changes the detail of the little green outline that appears on objects when you hover over them. You might as well leave this on low, pretty much makes no difference in game. Animation quality changes how smooth character models are. The difference is so minimal it's pretty much pointless. Please leave this on medium, it'll only harm your frame rates. Finally, you have 2 different render modes to choose from, deferred and forward. I prefer forward because deferred doesn't support anti-aliasing. Well, you've reached the end of the video. Thanks for watching and subscribe to me if you feel like it. Here, have some gameplay where I try and fight off some hordes of zombies.